See, I'm going to jump out of the topic because I have been putting my emphasis on this concept of taxation. You think about it, apply your mind. The most funny thing is, a few people, from the, average lower middle class, those who are, drivers, auto rickshaw drivers, fruit vendors, somehow, somebody of the owners have listened to it and they've spoken to them about it, how I had spoken about this funnily. I don't know why they spoke to them about it. It's very funny. But those people approached me and asked me, sir, what is the concept of these investments? That I will start with a different topic because there are a lot of people who are advisors for these investments. I should not talk about it. I'll talk about it later. My subject is I'm focusing on finance, commerce, economics, this taxation, etc. Because this taxation has been the devil in the, working on the minds of the people. Taxation, taxation. They live and talk taxation. It's not most unnecessary. Because we have not given the opportunity for us to grow. Our small items which the government is taking away money, my government is taking away. Today, if you look at it, you are having so much of beautiful infrastructure developing. The Vande Bharat trains. Can you imagine, was that 15 years ago you're going to have a Vande Bharat train? Or have you ever imagined that another few more years, another couple of years, going to have a bullet train? Have you ever thought about it? And today you have what is known as the dedicated freight corridor. What is the dedicated freight corridor? The dedicated freight corridor is like a quadrilateral where goods from the south, say from Kanyakumari, they can reach Calcutta. From the west, it can reach Calcutta. From Calcutta, it can reach the west. From Calcutta, it can reach Bombay through the west. So you're going to link Cochin with Haryana. And Haryana to Gujarat, Gujarat to Calcutta, Calcutta to Chennai, Chennai to Cochin. You're going to have a beautiful dedicated, what is the dedicated freight corridor? You are going to have a 2-kilometer train carrying the goods and stopping at locations where the goods can be transported locally to the available local to where they require it. And they can put what they have there, they can put it into the train and it can carry forward. That means today, and you are going to have it at a range of say 50, the average speed rate is about 50 to 60 kilometers. That means you are going to have a 2-kilometer length train traveling at 50 kilometers to 60 kilometers per hour, loaded with transportation goods. And what happens because of that? There's an indirect benefit, you should look at it. The government is electrifying all the railways. That means your dedicated freight corridor is going to be electrified. When this happens, and the people see that the dedicated freight corridor is delivering the goods within time, appropriately and conveniently, at the doorstep of where the wholesaler can take it or the farmer can put his goods, and with cold storage also being introduced shortly, you are going to have fruits, vegetables from the east traveling to the west. And when there is rains in the north, you are going to have foods from the south going there. You are viewing so many beautiful things that are going to happen with the help of the dedicated freight corridor. Can you imagine how was it there possible? How is it possible? It is because of your taxation investment which you have generated and other which savings which the government has made over the years. They are invested it so that when you look at the future, 10 years down the lane, what is the impact? You already have good roads. Now today, what was say 80% of the goods 40 years ago was in the railways, it has now become 27% as far as what I think our minister said in a speech. If suppose you increase it to say 60%, 40% goes to the roads and 60% comes to the train. What does it mean? Equivalent to nearly 25%. That is the amount of reduction in pollution because of the consumption of diesel coming down. When the consumption of diesel comes down, your import cost for the oil also comes down. That means you are going to have a better balance of trade with your oil suppliers. Today you are having a $40 billion deficit with Saudi Arabia. Why? Because of the reason you are importing oil and you are exporting buffalo meat, milk, some dairy stuff, pulses, rice, etc. Where is going to equate to a barrel is $100. How much of this will make $100? You can imagine. We should develop that concept. We should, as I say, come over the bend. When you come over the bend, which is the most difficult part, you will see a beautiful, in the olden area you say, climb over the hill and you will see a beautiful, meadow. In the same manner, climb over the hill, you may see a beautiful meadow. And that is happening today. And if today you are having the eastern freight corridor completed, and the western freight corridor, I think, is completed 75%. If all the freight corridors are connected, you can imagine what is going to be the benefit for India over a period of years. You are going to save on fuel. You are going to have a better balance of payments with your oil suppliers. You are going to deliver more goods in a short while. Goods prices are going to come down. More savings for the people. Better living standards for the people. Better food products. Better opportunities. There is you can look at it's like a flower flowering out from nothing. You're looking at it beautifully flowering out. What is it flowering out? You are going to have, you're going to have, apples in, say, maybe in winter. You do not know. Pomegranates somewhere. And today with the government looking at, producing what you call that saffron. Is only one place, Kashmir. They are moving it to Mizoram. They are trying it out in other places. Bamboo. They are trying to grow it in so many different places. Why only in those places where it is growing today? And you are going to see a whole sea change in the way of life you are having today and what is going to happen later. So just think about it. Apply your mind. How from taxation, which is the basic, fundamental collection of funds for the government, how much of benefit you can reap from that, because the government is going to give it back to you. Once upon a time, we were importing rifles. Today, we are manufacturing automatic rifles, including a better quality of the AK-47 for giving it to our paramilitary and our military forces. Was that conceptualized? So you can imagine the amount of investment provision you can give to the opportunity to the government to benefit. Each investment is going to give job opportunities to the people. And when every investment is going to develop a job opportunity, it means more funding. You are going to look at people from the outside looking at India. Oh God, they are growing at a tremendous, just like China. From the 1990s to 2000. They grew. So you can imagine. That will be the impact you will have here. The basic revenue is taxation. So when you differentiate the new and old, which I have been talking about, more funding for the government when you go into the new and spend more money, more GST, more investment, more job opportunities, more innovative thinking. So much is there available, just flowing. We can talk about it it can be a huge impact. If you look at a sector by sector, you can look at the impact it's going to have in the future. Think about it. Why I'm concentrating on that concept of taxation? Because we need not feel scared. We need not feel, as a taxation as an obsession. Get it out of your mind. Taxation is another method by which you provide funds for the government for the benefit. And today, this government, the previous government used the taxation, but they limited their opportunity because they had tunnel vision. They never broke that shell. There were great people in the previous government. Some of them opened out, some of them could not. Some of them were curtailed, some of them were restrained. like the horse being pulled back. We had great people ruling our country. We had economists, we had thinkers, we had imaginative people. But all this was because of constrictions, because of the restraint, because of the speed barriers, because of the the what you put in the horse, the blinders. All these happened, and today the current government is opened out. Give the freedom, open it out, let the floods get open. And today you are using the taxation money collected is used very usefully, properly, and very distinguishingly. So I suggest you think about it, and we'll continue this topic in the future. Thank you.